All right, hello. Wanted to make sure everything is up and running because the last couple days audio hasn't been playing. How are you guys doing today? We are back again. We got into the game, which is good. I wasn't sure. I saw last Epoch's going to be running a stress test tonight and tomorrow. So I figured, hey, let's go live a little bit sooner than normal, and, you know, we might be ending a little bit sooner than normal, depending on how it's going with that stress test. Hope you're all having yourself a wonderful day. I am Babbling Bike. Hello, Twitch. Hello, Kick. Hello, YouTube. How are you guys doing today? Let's get the day started off right. So we've recently partnered with Dubby right over here. They're an energy drink brand. They gave me a code. I love it. It works out really great. I was drinking some on stream yesterday. I got a little bit over here. I can't do too much because, you know, I got to be work in the morning, but I found it to be very effective. So yeah, if that interests you, if you're over on YouTube, there's a link in the description down below. And if you're over here on Twitch, all you got to do is use the W command. go ahead and put that in there right there, and that will give you a link. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Hope you're all having a good one. So today we are making a new Paladin build here on, well, I was about to say here on Twitch, but I'm also live on YouTube and Kick. I literally just said that as the intro. So yeah, we are going to be making a new Paladin build, but I figured let's go ahead and send off this last one that we did. So last build that did here on stream, we did about 2 nights ago. It was the Warpath build. Created it live, slapped it together, went out there, messed around with it. It was cool. We were, depending on the modifiers, we could do over 200 corruption, but I ended up dropping it down to 180. It requires a lot of items. I don't think Warpath, at least on Paladin, is going to be a build that I'm playing on release. So I had an idea for another build, but before we do that, I figured we'd show off what the Warpath build can do, and then perhaps maybe I'll clip this out, turn it into a little YouTube video, you know, on the spot. We'll go ahead and take a look at the items and stuff. So we were using Obsidian Scepter, we wanted that melee critical strike chance, Wings of Argentis, just an amulet. This one was nice because it had critical strike chance and critical strike multiplier on it. Eye of Reen, I really wanted to get attack speed on this thing, but well, we got fire damage percentage. Helmet with some armor, strength, vitality, health, and endurance threshold. It increases our fire damage. This is good. Basic rain, it had 8 intelligence on there. I like I said, we kind of slapped this together. Increase fire damage, health. I mean, this is nice. Critical strike, gloves, pretty standard gloves. I might even use this pair of gloves on the next build. Pair of boots with some good resistances on there. Increased critical strike chance relic. And yeah, so let's go ahead, show what this thing can do real quick. 200 corruption. I think we could probably pull this one off. What are our modifiers? Yeah, let's give the enemies a little extra health. So I've been doing this whole little walkthrough to not only find out what kind of build I want to do on release, but give you guys some ideas if you're interested in Paladin, like what you might want to look forward to. Now, obviously, we can't do this build immediately on release because some of these are some pretty good unique items. It's very fast, very mobile. You can do damage while spinning around. The Wings of Argentis gives us a 20% damage reduction while moving, which is very nice, as well as a huge fire damage increase. We also got that Throne of Ambition on, which gives us increased armor and fire damage. Gives us a chance to deal that. You can kind of just roll through a lot of stuff, light them on fire. You might kill them, you might not. Downsides to this build, critical strike avoidance hits pretty hard. Not gonna lie, because since we're using Eye of Reen has a chance to increase our critical strike multiplier on critical hit with, I don't think it has to be a fire skill, it just has to be a melee crit. So I'm using some tried and true Paladin favorites like Holy Aura. Every Paladin build needs to use Holy Aura, in my opinion. Otherwise, why play Paladin? You can go play Void Knight, you can go play Forge Guard, you can go play any other class. Paladin is really set apart by Holy Aura. It is very potent. And this is also why I want to play Paladin on release. I can get a lot of my resistances stacked inside Holy Aura. Sigils of Hope are not too bad. So yeah, that's like 200 corruption. Not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So let's take a look at the idols real quick. I just shored up some of my resistances: poison resistance, elemental resistance, health. Throne of Ambition. You get this from the Shattered Lance timeline. You gain a stack of ambition when you hit a boss or rare enemy. You get 2% more fire damage per stack of ambition. If you're running a cold build, same thing. 2% more armor per stack of ambition, max of 20 stacks. So, what is that? 40% more armor, 40% more fire damage, and then you lose all stacks if you go 4 seconds without getting a stack. Good for bosses, good for rare enemies, that sort of thing. It's a good idol. I highly recommend it if you can just keep hitting enemies over and over again. Let's look at the skills real quick. Holy Aura felt pretty standard. You got your elemental resist and endurance node. Vital boon. I don't care about the health regen. I wanted the poison resistance. Plus, this lets Holy Aura cleanse all the ailments on you if you activate it. Activating Holy Aura. Nice thing about Holy Aura is when you activate it, all the stats right here, like all this stuff gets doubled for 4 seconds. It's a great little power boost. Because you can get crit chance, crit strike multiplier, fire damage, ignite chance, that sort of thing. This is an excellent skill. If you're a paladin and you're not using Holy Aura, I would highly recommend that you do. Warpath. We got a 22 in this ability because of our Wings of Argentis, giving us a +2 to fire melee skills, which this is now a fire melee skill because it's normally physical, but you can convert it to fire with this node right here. So, Warpath gets pretty funky if you start taking this node because the mana cost per second really builds up, but you can get a lot of extra damage. If you got a lot of mana regen on your Warpath, you might be able to clear pretty quick. Channel cost reduction. If you max this out, assuming you don't have any increase in modifiers, you can use Warpath for free, but basically you don't regenerate mana. So if you're activating like your Holy Aura and stuff, eventually you run out of mana. So you'll have to stop using it for a little bit, but it'll work out just fine. We got this node right here is very important. This is why we're using a scepter and a sword, because with the sword we get a +10 base critical strike chance. Because if you notice, we're only at 59% melee critical strike chance, but when we activate it, it goes up to 104%. So we have 100% melee critical strike chance while using Warpath, which is our main ability. Let's take a look. And if you're using a scepter, you get 100% fire penetration with the scepter. Very nice. Hey, what up, RenderG85 in the chat? Volatile reversal, pretty standard in my opinion. You can use volatile reversal to get your mana back if you don't take this node, but that's also where a huge chunk of your cooldown reduction on this ability comes from. I opt for the cooldown reduction because the amount of damage you can do with volatile reversal gets insane with this node right here. If you activate volatile reversal on top of somebody's head, you go back to where you were 2 seconds ago, and then for the next 4 seconds they take 30% increased damage. So you activate that and then you just spin to win on your way right up there. It's very nice. Returns to the position where you were 2 seconds ago. Excuse me. Lunge. I like lunge a lot because of this node right here. You regain a percentage of your missing health up to 40% by hitting an enemy. So if you're really hurt, you can regain a large chunk of your life with this. And Sigils of Hope, this is another paladin skill. Other classes in the Sentinel tree use this ability as well, and I don't use it for all of my builds, but I think it can be pretty strong for sure. It's a nice passive buff. And that is the Warpath build that we made yesterday. I did reference another creator, Dread. Not when I made this build, but I ran a Warpath build in the past, and I used his build, so kind of when I was putting everything together, it's kind of what I was thinking. Real quick, before I forget, I forgot to do this. Let's go ahead and add in the skills. Basically, when it comes to something like this, I try and find where I can insert some fire and void resist. I use this node right here to kind of buff up our fire and void resistance as needed. This is just a straight health buff right there. Excuse me, let me take a drink. All right. Armor clad is a great skill to use on any sentinel because you get the 75 armor, and then you get a damage reduction with this node. It's very strong. Valiant charge, increased cooldown, recovery speed for movement skills, very nice for our lunge. Plus it gives us some health. Gladiator, you kind of need to use this with this Warpath build because you need both a scepter and a sword to really make it shine. And then Blade Master for the attack speed with the sword. I think it's pretty strong. I enjoy it a lot. This build really, benefits from attack speed. That way you can stack certain things like the Eye of Ring right here. The 83% chance to gain a stack of Ring's Ire for 5 seconds on melee crit. Each stack of Ring's Ire grants 5% melee critical strike multiplier. You can really build this number up to a huge gain, and it can be very potent. You can do a lot of damage if you can keep critting somebody and get lucky with those Ring's Ire stacks. Okay, officially that is the build. And now we are gonna go make a brand new build. So I'm thinking something two-handed because I want to use Void Cleave. So I'm going to probably go buy a new stash tab. It's not that I'm lacking for cash anyway. I mean, look, got nearly 6 mil. Might as well use it for something. Physical Paladin. That's what we're going to be trying to do, a physical build. Let's buy another stash tab. We'll go ahead and call this one Warpath. Make it red. Add a sword. Confirm. Warpath. And we're just going to throw everything I have in my inventory in there. Alright, it is time to craft a new build. So let's go ahead and get all of our stats reset. And we can figure out what kind of abilities we want to use. So let's go ahead and reset these. Also, I found that this section, because I'm deleting the points really fast, if you're somebody who maybe struggles with flashing lights or something, maybe some sort of epilepsy type thing, I would recommend turning away for a little bit. So you may think, Bike, why don't you just keep some of those points in place, because you might be taking them. I always like a fresh slate, even if I'm just going to end up taking some of these points again anyway. Always just like a fresh slate. give that a second. I think the servers are falling behind. There we go. Because I already know I'm probably going to be taking some of these points, but I just like an absolute fresh, this is what we're dealing with. Okay. So there we go. We have all 113 points back. We are level 100 as a Paladin. Very slow. Makes my heart sad. Now let's figure out what kind of abilities I want to use. Okay, so I'm probably going to use Holy Aura. Let's be real. No, I'm going to change it. So we'll just take Holy Aura. I know, again, you could point out that, hey, you could have saved some of your points. I don't care. Okay. So I was thinking, what if we took Rive? But honestly, I was looking at multi-strike. I was thinking, hey, what if we did a two-handed build? And I was like, what if we use Void Cleave? And multi-strike and Void Cleave seem to have a symbiotic relationship. So we can't take multi-strike now until we start taking some points. Let's take Void Cleave. That's a throwing weapon. I don't know if I want to do that. Now we could do something like Shield Rush. Could be a useful skill to take. Charge through enemies in the target direction until you release the ability key. I like Lunge a lot, but I'm thinking, what if we did take Shield Rush? Because you can change it to where it works with a... Shield Rush no longer requires a shield, and hits deal additional base void damage. Okay, so this does void damage, but right now it currently scales with physical. Can you change it towards... Okay, interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Shield Rush's final attack deals more damage. Because we could also spec Javelin into a... we could spec Javelin into a traversal skill as well. It's also interesting. These two classes have 5 points each. I guess I'm just now noticing Paladin only has 4 abilities. And one of these abilities doesn't even have a skill tree. That's Healing Hand. Interesting. So you can spec Abyssal Echoes to deal fire damage. Interesting. Let's take a look at Abyssal Echoes. Okay, so we could use this for Void Cleave. No longer chains. I don't care what the damage of this does. It's just straight up a... In my opinion, it's just straight up a buff spell. Greetings and salutations. Hey, what up, Air Dragon? How you doing tonight? We're making a new Paladin build. I'm just kind of theory crafting on the spot. So this right here converts it to fire. Okay. So we could do something like Rive into Void Cleave, but I like the idea of using Multi-Strike to get this. Because if we did Void Cleave, consume all stacks of armament. Okay, so what can we do? Melee physical damage per stack. Stack duration 10%. So this would increase our melee physical damage. We can get Void Cleave. It'll do fire damage, but it will stack. It'll do fire damage, but it will scale with physical. So I don't know if we're going to need the 2 charges because we're going to want to use it in a way where when we use multi-strike. Yeah, so when we use multi-strike, it'll cause Void Cleave to consume all the charges. So having 2 charges is not going to really do much because we're going to want to try and hit with multi-strike to build up the charges of armament, because each charge of armament on multi-strike increases the damage of Void Cleave by 15%. Fat Mad Joker OG? I doubt it's Joke Rog. So Fat Mad Joker OG, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. So we can get it to scale with bleed. I think this would probably be our... Got it. I got it. All right, cool. Welcome to the channel, man. Thank you. So we can get the crit chance and the critical strike multiplier and the mana gain on crit. The Void Cleave hits it. Well, we're not playing Void Knight, so we're not going to take Obliterator. But... we're not going to be doing bleed. That could be... this could potentially be useful. So I know I'm going to want to do that. I know I'm going to want to do that. Take 2 points there. Cannot be dodged. Base crit. And I'm probably going to want to take that. And then take all 4 points there. So I think what I might end up doing is I might run an Omnis. Okay, let's run an Omnis. So we're gonna need a 2-handed weapon. Because we're running Void Cleave. Alluvion. No. I want it to be a sword or an axe. It says critical strike multiplier and melee fire damage. The minion melee doesn't give me much hope. Okay, well, okay, so we can get a melee attack speed with this. 71%. Melee void damage. I don't know about that. The melee attack speed. What if we used... what was the name of that one 2-handed sword? Oh, you know what? Yes. This Bardiche with a 14% melee critical strike chance and a 27% melee attack speed. This might be the weapon. This might be the weapon, chat. With a stun chance. I'm going to want... Yo, hey, what up, Imesh? Imesh, thank you for following. You must have followed when I was offline. I saw that at the top of my thing. I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. How you doing? How did you find my channel? When I get followed while I'm live streaming, I just assume it's because somebody saw me live streaming, thought I was cool or something, and shot me a follow. I'm always interested in the people who follow me when I'm not live. Like, how'd you find out about me? Okay, so the melee attack speed. So we only have 35 forging potential. We don't... Yeah, you're cool. Okay, cool. Appreciate the follow. Okay, so what can we get on here? Went through the rabbit hole last Epoch Twitch and found you. Oh, I appreciate it, man. I really do. I appreciate the follow. Thank you for finding me. Okay, so we can do... So, chance to shred armor, I think, is probably going to be our main choice. Chance to shred armor or frailty. And by the way, guys, like, if you are... I'm a last Epoch newbie, played the game up a few days ago, and holy frick, I'm addicted. Hey, man. I'll tell you this, man. So I was playing Diablo 4 a lot. Then I played Baldur's Gate. And then I was like, you know what? Let me go check out this last Epoch game. But then I'm going to go back over to Diablo 4. I have not played Diablo 4 since. That's what happened to me. And I'm not knocking Diablo 4. I think it's a good game. I've heard it's gotten a lot of updates and it's a lot better now when people are recommending you go play, because apparently I was playing it when it was not so great. But I can't get off of last Epoch. I'm like 420 hours plus. So yeah, you are not alone. But as I was saying, if you guys are Paladin players and you got any tips, feel free to shoot them out. I've played an extensive amount of Paladin. I'm just trying out new builds that I could possibly create, show to you guys. I mean, obviously they're kind of slapped together on the spot. We're kind of theory crafting them here. And this is a level 100 character. We have all our points, all our idle slots, all that stuff. You even missed your WoW raid. You missed your raid with the clan? Told them, oh, I ain't coming. Hey, man. If you're going to miss your WoW raid for any game, last Epoch's the game. Okay, so let's make sure that I'm just... So, frailty. Targets deal 6% less damage. Whereas armor shred... Armor shred, since we're doing a physical damage thing, I think armor shred is much more important. How did we get more point? Oh, because we put omnis on. That's right. So I think armor, because what I would want on here is physical melee damage. But let me put a chance to shred armor on hit. Let me just put one note. Okay, Glyph of Hope worked. Okay, we got 2 shots at this. So what we're using an item in the game called Glyph of Despair. What this can potentially do is seal the affix, freeing up 1 spot. We can only do this with 1 affix. So the item will technically have 5 affixes. It doesn't always work. And it can potentially use up a huge amount of this. We only got 35, but I think this is an absolutely... Is it random that affix it seals? No. So, You know how when you're crafting an item, you can use these glyphs? Just about everybody uses Glyph of Hope, right? I mean, why not? 25% chance to consume no forging potential, right? Absolute W. But if you want to seal it, you can choose which glyph you want to try and seal. There are some limitations to sealing an affix. It has to be below tier 5. And you can't seal a tier 6 affix. It has to be an affix you can edit. It has to be one you can modify. So what I'm thinking, and I'm a little concerned because this one only has 35 forging potential. Like, we can use anywhere from 1 to 18. If this uses 18, that's like half of our forging potential gone. That's why I wanted to throw at least one armor shred on there. Get that 91% chance to shred armor on hit. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is to seal my melee attack speed so I can add physical damage on melee hit. Because we're going to be running a physical damage build. It didn't work and it used 12 forging potential. Ouch. It didn't work and it used 15 forging potential. All right. Well, you know, it was a shot. At least we put one of our armor shreds on there. Okay, and we got it to tier 5. I don't care about this stun chance. That was probably the dumper. Okay, so this is fine. I did want that plus. I did want that plus physical damage, but I will take the melee attack speed and melee critical strike chance. It just means we're probably not going to have super high numbers, but that's okay. Okay, so already determined I want to use multi-strike. Let's take 5 points here. Let's take 4 points there. Let's take 5 points in armor clad. I think this is a very important stat to take here on Sentinels in general. You get that 10% damage reduction for being close to enemies plus 75 armor. I think this is an important one. You respect the whole tree. Yeah. When I'm doing a fresh build like this, even if I already know, like, I already had armor clad, but even though I know I'm probably going to take those points again, I always start with a fresh slate. Okay, so feels better to start fresh. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And look, like, I'm already taking a couple of these points anyway, right? You regain health and mana when you... Let's take 1 point here, just for the mana regen. Just for the mana regen. Okay. So we took 4 points here for vitality. Okay, why is it not? Let me take... There we go. It went through. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get to Blade Master. Where do I want to put this? Let's put it there. Bam. Fresh 30 points. Do you only play Last Epoch? No, I don't only play Last Epoch, but I've been streaming Last Epoch a lot since September. Is there that much to do in the end game? Oh, dude, I love it. There's a lot to do in the end game. The thing I like the most about the end game is the difficulty is never ending. It just, you can keep pushing it, because Last Epoch doesn't have a difficulty slider. It just, you have, so it technically has a difficulty slider, but you have three in-game activities. You have the dungeons, which do have a difficulty slider. When you go there, you have 4 tiers to choose from. You can think about it as very easy, medium, and hard. If you want to think about it, they're just called tiers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you have the arena, which quasi has a difficulty slider. They have, like, in the arena, you have some, what are they called? They're like these little missions. Survive 40 waves and then kill a boss, and those also have tiers. But what most people do in the arena is they do the endless survival thing. It's just endless waves. Survive as many waves as you can. If you get a high enough wave number, your name goes on the leaderboard. That's the only activity in the game that I'm aware of that has a leaderboard, is the arena. Or you have the monoliths, which have a mechanic called corruption, and you can push the corruption as far as your build can go. And that's what I love about the game so much. You can just take one build, optimize the ever-living snot out of it, and just keep trying to push and push and push. It's fun. It's fun, man. Okay. Okay, so you deal increased damage if you kill an enemy recently. Let's just put 1 point there. Let's take all 10 points here because of that flat health. We always take this point. There's the Void Knight tree, but we always take that. Chance to absorb health on kill. When you kill an enemy, you have a chance to absorb health. No, we're just going to take that. Okay, so Void Blaze gives us melee void damage on hit. I think I will take all 8 points here for the strength. Okay. Alright, well, we got 57 points left. I already knew I wasn't going to be taking something like Light of Ra-Ye. Probably going to take all 8 points here because this actually gives us physical penetration. Not going to be taking that. This could be potentially useful. LE also has a way to kind of target the loot you are hunting. Also, higher difficulty stuff gives better rewards. Very rewarding grind. I agree. Take 10 points there. Let's... Oh, it's lagging again. I think the servers today are going to be kind of whack. If you guys didn't hear the last Epoch Twitter posted that they're doing a stress test today from 10 p.m. to... It's starting at 10 p.m. Central, which I'm Pacific Standard Time, so for me that's 8 p.m. Pacific. It's currently 6:11 Pacific, so in less than 2 hours they're going to be stress testing the servers because they're anticipating a lot of people, which I think is very smart because me and just about anybody else who plays the game often know the servers, we got to make sure they're okay. Okay, I took a point here. Nothing happened. Okay, let's... Servers are the biggest day one worry. Yeah, 100%. Okay, let's take 4 points there. So this is armor and critical strike avoidance. You know what? I think it'll be worth it to me to take some points there. Because now I have 100% critical strike avoidance because I got the blessing. Yeah, they would have to try real hard. Okay, so now we got... You have increased damage and healing effectiveness. You healed yourself recently. Okay, I mean, that's something. I'd probably rather take points in the Sentinel tree. Honestly, I'd probably rather take something like that. Or Sorrow and Steel, 7% increased physical damage per point. Did Gazzy interview the last Epoch dev already? I think he did. Honestly, Sorrow and Steel might be more useful than I mean, Reverence of Duality is nice, but this is going to give us a much larger... I mean, this is where we get a lot of health from, right? Jeez, they're already making it difficult. I might just subtract a few points just to put a few points in Reverence of Duality, because I mean, that's a 70% increase to physical damage. That's a 70%. And then on top of that, that's an extra 10% critical strike multiplier. I mean, 4% health and damage. I mean, and this is flat health. What if we just did away with Reverence of Duality altogether? Because we need this. We need the critical strike avoidance. I don't want to have to stack that on a piece of gear. This gives me health. Okay. I might have to go borrow some gear for my Void Knight. Void Knight's about to get stripped. Doesn't he look so good, man? Oh. Yeah, could probably use that. Can definitely use that, most likely. That's a 63%. You can use that. No, he can keep that. We got a pair. No, he can keep that. Melee attack speed, critical strike chance. That's a possibility. This is health and cold resistance. He can take that. No. Hold on to that. Put the Omnis over here. Keep his idols. And let's just put this right here just in case. Our poor Void Knight. Okay, so we do have one of those. We do have another Shattered Chance just chilling. Okay, this is increased void damage, void damage. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm going to borrow a large number of items like this. That's going to be a huge upgrade. That's going to be an upgrade. The gloves might be an upgrade. That 12% endurance, definitely. Because this is going to give us Doom. Okay, so... because I think Titan Heart's probably going to be our best shot. Because I do have like this 21 strength thing just chilling. We could use Code of the Erased. Just see what we can get. Okay, let's go back to Paladin. and Warpath and see if we got any attunement. That's crazy. So I could use that. I don't think I am. So I could use this ring. Okay, what's better? I mean, honestly, this is probably better for the critical strike chance. And then I could use this ring for some endurance if I need it. Okay. Well, let's just also see what else we got. Okay, it looks like I've already messed with that ring. I don't think there's gonna be any rings I want to use under hammered in. Everything was throwing attack. Yeah, like this is a good ring right here. All right, yeah, that's a good ring. I could use. I would just be kissing off the throwing damage, but it throwing attack speed. Oh man, that thing is juicy. Oh, here we go. That's not better than that. See what we got under Paladin. +1 to physical skills. Vitality, increased armor, vitality, increased fire damage. This is strength, attunement, and health. Okay, this is a start. Here, let me just look for helmet. No, because I'm pretty sure Void Cleave scales off of a vitality, so we could stack that if we need to. This is health, 22% of poison damage taken as physical. 100% increase hammer throw. Oh, 48%. Increased throw and attack critical strike. Oh, that's a beautiful looking helmet. That's attunement, anomaly, strength. Increase health. No. Shield throw, critical strike chance, increase health. Mana, vitality. No. Nope. I mean, that's cool if we ever do a shield throw build. Volatile reversal. This one's increased health with a critical strike multiplier. And it comes with mana. I would probably prefer strength. Just a decay. Oh yeah, I think that's it. Alright, this is, hey, at least it's a dawn. Attunement. We could try and change that with a Glyph of Chaos. Levels in Anomaly. Okay, let's make sure. Before I go dicking around with this. Necrotic damage taken is physical. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. Okay. Yeah. Alright, well. It's something. Now we need a pair of boots. We could probably just use mountain feet. Strength, attunement, endurance. Oh. Whew. Oh, what the frick? Where was this thing? Oh my gosh. Okay, what is this? Is this flat health? Okay, that's the only kind of health we can put on here. Well, let's put that health on there. Endurance threshold. Whew. Oh, let's. Okay, let's see if there's even a resistance of some kind. No, endurance threshold is probably a good one to use. So let me just get the health set up on this rain. And there we go. That's all she wrote. Because I'm probably going to need that endurance percentage for right now. Let's keep this on hand because this is a really good ring. I mean, cold resistance, whatever, but so let me go back to this ring page right here. Make sure I'm not missing any other gems. Strength and necrotic resistance. 70% critical strike chance. We could screw around with that. Do we have any more copper rings? What the heck was it? Why wasn't I using that? Oh my gosh. Strength and attunement. 93% physical damage. What is that? That's a T7. No, that's a T6. Never mind. Elemental resistance, strength. Okay, honestly, this would probably be a really good ring for a throwing build. If you can somehow mix in like some throwing attack damage, let me just leave that there. Let me keep it just in case. Boots. We got mountain feet, right? Critical strike multiplier. 75 minus 75 physical resistance. That's that's a tough pill to swallow. Let's go ahead and remove that. Foot of the mountain. Oh, and then the smite build. Yeah, let's just throw that there for now. Get that 16% endurance. Okay, this is not too bad. Mana regen and critical strike chance. Honestly, let's go back to our relics. Like, I want to use this, but let's see if we can't find one with like some... Well, this one already has a +2 to Holy Aura. Fire damage and judgment. Oh, +3 to Void Cleave. Oh. Okay. Healing effectiveness. Can we like... somehow like do something like that with it? I really want to put critical strike chance on here. Didn't work. Okay. What can we add here? Physical resistance. We already got health. Okay, let's just leave that for right now and see what we need to do to shore up any Okay, let's take all 5 points there, 2 points, 1 point there. We'll start taking that. Then we'll eventually work our way over here and take that. Yeah, sorry, Imesh. I don't know if I answered that. Looks like Fat Mad Joker got you. Okay, so let's take Volatile Reversal. That's a good pickup. And let's take Multi-Strike. So we got one more. I was thinking, what if we did Abyssal Echoes? We could also do something like Lunge. Or we can do the trick that I did on Void Knight with the Void Cleave and like have it proc Abyssal Echoes. That could be fun. I mean, that could be a lot of fun. You know what? Well, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. Directly using Abyssal Echoes. Does that not count? Does this not count? Hold on, somebody's at my door. Come in. Broski had a foodie question. Okay, so the whole reason why we want to take... okay, let's take attack speed. Let's take that. You have an additional maximum stack. Let's take that for now. 12% per point. Okay. Yeah, let's just take our sort of standard. Just take that sort of standard thing. Alright, so we're going to leave Lunge there, but it's going to be on Spect. Volatile Reversal. We'll do Void Cleave, and then we're going to do Multi-Strike. Let's see, what are we lacking right now? Holy frick, we got a ton of armor. Okay, we are lacking a lot in the poison department. Yeah, we're only getting a 13 poison resistance from this. So we'll be good here. So the only area we're lacking in is physical We'll be good here once we get Holy Aura. It'll be fine. So we're really lacking on poison. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's take a look at. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Omnis. Where did it take that 1 point away from? Oh, right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. I am a little nervous about... Honestly, we probably don't need that. Let's take this for right now. Plus, they'll give us some void resist. Okay. Well, let's go take a look at the idols. See if there's not anything we can use to pump our damage up. We're using multi-strike. Let's look for multi-strike. +1 of multi-strike. +1 of multi-strike. +1 of multi-strike. Okay, that doesn't help us. Let's go back to the idols. Let's go back to Paladin. Warpath C. Let's take that. I don't think Throne of Ambition is going to help us too much. Okay, we're just gonna have to read through these idols, but we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go soon, chat. Throne attacks, chance to shred, Throne attack multiplier, increase melee damage for 4 seconds when it. No, we don't echo. Chance to, we're not doing that. So, maybe like some of the Fire Shred ones. Chance to shred armor on hit with fire skills. Okay, maybe something like that. Oh, hello. Hello. What? 20 strength, 3 vitality, health? Where have you been? I don't mean we're using that, but that's good to know. I stashed some. Okay, fire penetration with melee attacks. That one could be useful. What about here? Void Essence, area of void cleave, melee void damage. Physical resistance, that could be nice. What about create void essence? 31% increased armor. That could be useful. Okay, there we go. That's a nice one. That's just armor. Okay, we're probably gonna need these poison resistance. Let's put that one right there. Let's put that right there. Slot that one in nice and snug. %, critical strike chance. You know what? I did leave room on this relic for armor potentially. Let's take a look at... No, but that endurance is going to be made up by Holy Aura. We're fine. Melee critical strike chance is 43%. Again, we're going to have some of that made up by Holy Aura, but let's see if we can't pick up a few, because we're not... Yeah, let's see if we can't pick up a few of these. Okay, these health ones are always nice. Critical strike chance. Is there one that gives critical strike chance in health? I've always liked those ones. Get defense. That one, 24% critical strike chance, 33% chance to shred armor. Because it's a fire skill now. But the fire levels with melee. Okay, so we're getting close, chat. Thank you for bearing with me through this. Hopefully this build's okay, because I thought of it and I thought that might be cool. We're gonna need some points. We might need to reset a timeline. Just take it straight back down to 100. Okay, let's look at Hammered In and see what we had on here. They're all throwing attack multipliers. What about Smite? What kind of idols I have on Smite? Health and Lightning, health. Actually, I don't have room for that because these are probably going to be more valuable than this. Increased damage with Vengeance. It really feels like Vengeance would probably be a better pickup than Multi-Strike. This is increased mana. Okay. We can't do anything about the healing effectiveness, but we got health on there. Well, that's already happened. Whoops. What can we throw on here? Because I was thinking poison resistance, but endurance threshold might be better. Because if we can solve our poison resistance shortcomings with idols, honestly, I think we had a problem with poison resistance on the Warpath build, so probably most of the... Yeah, there we go. Armor, increased armor, poison resistance, poison resistance, poison resistance, poison resistance. Honestly, all this poison resistance is probably going to be supreme overkill. Hold on. But let's just grab another one for the heck of it. Actually, we might need a physical resistance. Let's take a physical resistance out of petty cash. That's a physical. Take a poison. That's a physical if we need it. Oh, 16% physical. Oh, hey. Put that one back. Okay, let's just let's get out there. All right, so we'll see how the build is. We'll see how the build is. We got to figure out a way to pump up our critical strike chance. I mean, I could take this. This would be supremely useful. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. As I suspected, we went way ham and cheese with the poison resistance. Way ham, because our holy aura kicked in. We're still lacking on the melee critical strike chance. Okay, well, for lack of a better option, let's just stick that there. What's our health at? Holy, our health is high. Okay. Yeah, 207. I'm not even going to attempt it. Well, actually, maybe I can. I don't know if these abilities are going to work. It looks so awkward. Okay, well... Okay, so maybe having another charge of Void Cleave would help. That or we dump Lunge. I mean, do we really need Lunge? I know we could expect Void Cleave to be a movement skill, but A, I don't like it, and B, I want to put as much damage into Void Cleave as possible. Because honestly, like for a not super optimized build, one that we just made up, I'm seeing 10k crits. And we're tanky. As we almost die. I really hate these guys. Okay, well, it's really easy to build up. See, I would miss lunge for that, but... But if I'm using Void Cleave to apply Abyssal Echoes... I need to read the tooltip again, how long it lasts, because, like, if we get a crit, like, holy, like, it looks nice. It looks nice. Yeah, multi-strike does next to nothing. Oh my gosh, please. I just created this build. Why does it have to spawn all of these rock assholes? Why couldn't I just get a nice, lovely little jaunt? Like, jeez. Well, I guess you could call this a stress test. Oh. I mean, really? Okay. I mean, might need the critical strike multiplier more. Might need the critical strike multiplier more than we need the physical damage. Well, no. We do have a lot of critical strike multiplier from the Void Knight tree. Okay. Use Void Cleave and hit at least one enemy. Your minions gain a stack of Molten Infusion. We're not running a minion build. Oh. What happened to that node? Why was that node taken? This is... Okay. So, this is really weird. We were severely hampered there. Our Void Cleave was not scaling with the physical damage. It wasn't getting any scaling. We were still hitting 10k crits. Okay, bleed. Void Cleave deals more melee damage per stack of bleed to a maximum. Wait, doesn't this cause... Yeah, chance to bleed on melee hit. Okay. Okay, so what's going to be more useful? The max distance and damage? I mean, area is probably going to be most useful. Oh, and cooldown recovery. Let's grab that. I mean, just to see. I don't know. I don't think this is helping us. Because we have to use... I mean, we could try it. Is there anything that applies like a bleeding effect with Abyssal? Now blinds enemies. I mean, that's probably going to be... I mean, that's probably going to be useful. They have an armor shred targeted. Now we cast the target. Void chance rift. With that chain out area of effect. Yeah, I like these two. Oh, shoot. Like, honestly, I don't know if this is helping us. Oh, wait, what happened? Okay. Alright, problem solved. Crisis averted. Okay. Abyssal Decay now blinds enemies. That's good. Okay, let's try... This is going to be sacrilege, but let's try Abyssal Echoes. Move a point there. We're not going to have a traversal skill. Like I said, it might be sacrilege. Plus 10. Okay, so we need that, but you have 0 stacks of armament. You have an additional sword when using multi-strike as if you had 1 stack. Okay, initial strike damage. Multi-strike deals more damage per armor up to a maximum. I mean, honestly, this is not a bad choice. Multi-streak consumes armor per stack of armament to refresh existing stacks and create an additional sword per attack. Wait, what? Additional swords per attack. Okay, well, multi-strike consumes mana per stack of armament to refresh existing stacks and create an additional sword per attack. How long does it last? Armament's different, right? Armament's different than creating swords. Okay. I mean, that might be useful. Oh, this is probably a better choice. Armor per stack of armament. I mean, this is a maximum damage, 40% damage. I don't know. Could be good. We'll avoid cleave. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we are not going to have. I'm kind of scared by this, but yeah, we are not going to have lunge. And honestly, that pissed me off enough. Let's just go fight these guys. Let's cleanse it all. We're going straight back to 100 corruption. Okay, so let's take a look at all of this. Alright. So we have 53% base critical strike chance. I would like that critical hit modifier to go up. We need the crit chance. We need the oh man, we might need a holy aura. Okay. So I really want a critical strike chance on here, but you know, no point crying about it. Okay, so what can we take here in the suffix? Endurance, physical resistance, chance to apply frailty. That's probably going to be pretty big. I mean, so we can do... Let's do chance to apply frailty. Well, okay, well, let me make sure I got health. There we go. Okay, we gotta find a better... 63% increased armor, 5 melee voice. Okay. This is what's helping us leech. So we need to find like a pair of gloves with a fat critical strike chance. And if anything, we need to get a Siphon of Anguish with a nice fat. I got plenty of Siphons of Anguish. And they're only level 55. We could probably run through a bunch of those. This weapon's actually pretty good. I like this Bardiche. The melee attack speed, melee critical strike chance. Though that's huge. I just wish we were able to seal the melee attack speed and add something else. But yeah, this is a tanky build. This is very tanky. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if this melee damage per bleed. I mean, is this useful? I mean, this if Abyssal Echoes could cause bleed. Yeah, see, look, this is hampering us right here. Let's get rid of that node. And we need to pump this up right here. And I don't know if this is helping us because we have to directly use Abyssal Echoes. We have to directly use Abyssal Echoes. So... because we can do Armor Shred. Because we could do like an Armor Shred. Initial burst shreds armor. Okay, well, let's just get in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm already missing lunch. I'd rather have like 2 charges of Void Cleave. Because running around like this is okay, I guess. Oh. I really want that lunge. Okay, that's nether coating. All right, let's put lunge back on. Oh wait, no, it's not going to work. Yeah, not having that nether coatings hurts. Let's put Abyssal Echoes back on. Oh! Okay. Okay, let's try that. So we're gonna have what, 2 more points with Void Cleave. We should put it into area in here. All right. All right. Let's try this unspec'd lunge. Okay, well, as silly as it sounds, we might actually have to go pump the difficulty up. Oh, we do get nether coating. Ah, interesting. Okay. Okay, but now we need to face the reality that we're probably going to need... Oh, what's the cooldown? 2.5 seconds. Okay, I think I got an idea for this. Okay, I think I got an idea. Okay, 80% increase maximum damage. Okay, so if we unspec... Because honestly, the only thing that's applying bleed right now... This would probably work with like Warpath, but the only thing that's applying bleed right now is our main weapon, and that's against one target. Since we're using Abyssal Echoes to proc huge swaths of enemies. We're going to get one more point. We can put that right there. Keep this as is. Let's take that 1 point right there. So I'm thinking we take away these 3 points and we put 4 points over here to get an extra charge. Yes, it will cost more mana. There we go. Okay, well, I need those 2 points there. I need those 2 points there. I definitely need all points right there. 50% physical. I wish we had a way. Chance to bleed on melee hit, yeah. So we're gonna have like what? 20 plus 4. So we're gonna have one more. We're gonna have one more point here that we can put right there. We still need 2 points to get this extra step. Void Cleave. We have a relic. That's awesome. It's good to know we have another +3 Void Cleave out there. Here we go. Dark Stride. Okay, +1 charge for Void Cleave. Only comes with 1. Adds extra melee void damage. Okay, let's take a look at our skill tree and see what's working and what's not. Well, we need all 30 points here, so that's a no-go. What's our necrotic at? Necrotic's actually pretty good. Okay. Necrotic's pretty good. We could remove a point or two here. We could remove a point here. So yeah, so we could remove a point here, and put it into Reverence of Duality. All right, let's try out a different timeline. I think Stolen Lands we dropped down to 180. They have critical strike avoidance. They do not. Our damage has definitely gone down. I don't want to have to live without Volatile Reversal. It's such a good skill. Yeah. That's what's that bleed thing. Oh man, it's really doing a lot of damage. Okay. Do we need to change this out? Leech. Damage leeches. Yeah, we need to change out that blessing for... let's look up the Black Sun. Timeline real quick. Just see what kind of blessings we can get. We can get resistance. Critical strike multiplier. Nice. Health. Critical strike chance. That would probably be... Yeah, the critical strike chance would be pretty nice to have, or the critical strike multiplier as opposed to something we're not even using. Okay. So what if... Okay, we can... I mean, this is doing so much damage. And the reason why I want to get... Because I need 2 more points. Where can I sacrifice 2 more points in this build from? I need the 2 points there. The cooldown recovery, I guess we don't, but it's a very nice to have. This right here is doing a huge amount of damage. Melee damage per bleed. This is doing a huge amount of damage. We might just end up doing more damage though with this. Yeah, that drops by a significant amount. Alright, well, let's go to this timeline. Okay, well, we can fight Centaur Mooseman, but it is Corruption 272. What do we got on here? We could probably deal with that. It's a T7, but I'm never going to use that. Okay. Let's drop the corruption here a tad. Make it easier to farm. Okay. If we could drop it by, like, I don't know, 50. So we could drop it by 34. This would take us straight back to square one, which I don't know. Let's just drop it down to, you know, oh, I didn't know you could keep doing this. You can just keep. Okay, right. Straight 200. I didn't know you could do that. I thought you got one choice and then you had to leave. What? Okay, so now we're on an even 200. This is good. So we need the 2 more points from Void. Losing those points sucked. Losing these points absolutely sucked. But if we can get that extra nether charge, having 2 void cleaves could be very beneficial without having to use the boots. Alright, let's take a drink. Dubby. Yeah, we really need that other point. We need to be able to cast 2 void cleaves. Jeez. Jeez, this is painful. Okay. Okay, how far away are we on this? Okay, we need literally one more point. It's almost there. Please. I'll make sure. No point taking that. Oh, thank the heavens. There we go. Finally, we got 2 charges of Void Cleave. Okay. I would like the area of effect on Void Cleave to be a little bit bigger, but we're kind of maxed out. We got 24 points on Void Cleave. That's a lot. Okay, so to recap what we did, I looked at the skills and I thought this would be cool because you stack up swords with multi-strike and that makes Void Cleave better. And then with Void Cleave, I used the trick we used on our Void Knight build to apply Abyssal Echoes with this node right here, which gives us the nether coating, also blinds enemies, and then our next Void Cleave will do 80% more damage. The problem was this would expire by the time Void Cleave came back up. Hence the reason why I needed another charge of Void Cleave. I didn't want to use the boots that give you more... I didn't want to use the boots that give you more charges. This is probably a failure on my part because I probably could have put endurance on here instead of chance to apply frailty on hit. Putting endurance percentage on here probably would have been better then I could have used the boots that give you 2 charges of Void Cleave, saving me having to invest points towards here. That's my own fault. Because then I could have put more points on Vorpal Force, because this does insane damage because of our weapon, Bardiche of Acid. It has a chance to inflict bleed on hit. I was getting some insane numbers with this pumped near max. Also like to get that pumped up. We didn't have enough points. Having to invest 4 points right here just to get that. That sucked, because I could have put points here. I could have put points here for area of effect. Hindsight's 2020. That frailty pick was bad. The frailty pick was bad. Because we got this pair of boots right here, Dark Stride. We could have used that. Could have used this for that extra charge. I don't need 3 charges. 2 charges would have been just fine. So this is Corruption 200. Everything's dying so fast. Okay. What went wrong? What? Oh. Jeez. Okay. Dude, chill. Yeah, that chance to chill hurts. Okay, let's fight Centaur Moose Man. Can I move, please? What is going on?
Do not stand in my way. This is a mercy. Do not stand in my way. Shut up. This is a mercy. Do not stand in my way.
Are they doing that stress test already?
Behold, the rage of winter. This is a mercy. Shut up. Do not stand in my way.
Oh, I thought that started at 10 p.m. Central, not... we still got like 20 minutes.
This is a
I can feel it though, holy...
shut up. Do not stand in my way. Rise, my fallen champions. Aid me. This is a mercy. Shut up. Do not stand in my way. This is a mercy. Shut up. Do not stand in my way. This is a mercy. Come, son.
I can't, I literally can't move. There we go. Not sure how they're going to stress it without people. I'm guessing they're spinning up virtual accounts to log in and play and see how that goes. Or possibly shutting more people,
This is a mercy.
putting more people on one shard. Yeah, probably.
Stand in my way. This is a mercy. Shut up.
I keep getting this bug where I can't move. Oh.
To protect my people.
Hey, what up, Marvel man? How's it going? We're working on a new build right now, sir. Honestly, endurance threshold would be more useful than block chance. War cries converted to cold. Okay. Having the two charges helps, but sometimes I'd rather have just like that big boom, you know what I'm saying? I think just having this. Is there a way we can like increase our attack speed on here? Is this the multi-strike? Yes, this is. It all feeds into Void Cleave. So we can build up to 4 stacks, so that's a nice chunk. And then we're using Abyssal Echoes. So, our next Void Cleave does increase damage to slowed enemies. And we're using Void Cleave to proc Abyssal Echoes. Honestly, if we dropped the lunge, which is probably heresy, but if we drop the lunge, we can easily remove 2 points right there, and we could put them right into this. Now let's do it. Let's do it. We're not going to be using a traversal skill. Yeah, let's just do the endurance thing. How you doing tonight, Marvel Man? You doing okay? Looked like there was a bunch of people on last Epoch today. You comfortable with your run speed? It's okay. You doing all right? Yeah. I went live a little bit earlier with anticipation I might not be able to play after 8, and then I just told my wife, hey, might be movie night, you know? Honestly, that already just sounds like a good idea regardless. Yeah, I saw that. That's cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm being petty here, but shouldn't that interview have been with like a more not me, but like a more diehard last Epoch streamer? Like, I don't know how much Gazzy's played, so I can't speak to that. But like Darth Microtransaction streamed the game like what, once? He's a cool dude. I don't get you like no qualms whatsoever. But I mean. They're the ones who probably set it up, right? I'll shut up now. Yeah, I definitely saw there was more people. Aaron had Mike in an interview before. Oh, okay. Okay, you know what? Then never mind. That's fine. I was thinking this was like one of the first interviews they've ever done. If he's already done an interview with Aaron Action RPG, then I'm gonna shut up about that. Clearly, I didn't know enough. Yeah, I agree. Like having some of these guys known for Path of Exile or Diablo, I think that's good to have their viewership see in an interview with the dev like that. Yeah, I'll shut up about that. I'll drop that. That's okay. So up to 120% increased it. This would be good for our bosses and elites. Nah, dude, don't shut up about it. Well, no. Like, you agree with me. Yeah. But if Aaron Action RPG already had an interview with Mike, then that's good enough. I thought this was like the first interview that they had with a content creator, and I'm like, well, why wasn't it somebody who's like been in the last Epoch community like hardcore, like Aaron Action RPG or Perry the Pig or Dread or any of these guys? But it sounds like, according to what you just said, they've already done an interview with one of those guys. So now it's a good idea to do an interview with somebody who's not really in the game that much, but has a larger audience to bring more awareness. with you. I don't know how much Ghazi has played last Epoch. Yeah, get Zizaran. I mean, he's a big PoE guy, but Zizaran's played the game a frick ton. Yeah, for sure. Or, like, Darth Microtransactions played the game, but I don't think he beat the campaign or even got to monoliths. Or even Rax. Like, I thought Rax would have been a perfect guy for that, because he actually streamed the game and did multiple characters, and he's got a large following. Like that, I felt like that would have been a perfect. And maybe they reached out to him, or Rax didn't think about it. It could also be Ghazi and Darth Microtransactions set it up. Yeah. Yeah. Those guys are cool for sure. Those guys are cool. I'm cool with those dudes. Ghazi apparently speedruns the game and stuff. So, oh, okay. I mean, see, I wasn't sure if Ghazi's knowledge of the game. I just knew Darth Microtransaction, didn't know a lot. Ghazi does lots of interviews, podcasts, so it's right up their alley for content. Okay, that makes sense. They probably reached out to the devs for an interview, and they agreed, and they brought Darth Microtransaction along, who has actually streamed and played the game. He's more of a hardcore solo self-found player. I typically play solo a lot. I don't do hardcore, but I can resonate with that. So clearly I was misinformed. Clearly I was thinking with emotion and speaking out on that before, without knowing all the facts. So I'm going to shut up about that. That was just my first initial thing, but I didn't know anything. Personally, I went into the interview and was like, who are these guys? Like, I know those guys from Path of Exile and Diablo. And I know DM has streamed the game. I think that was like, he did that for 1 day or 2 days. He was playing with Rax. And then they put it down, which I don't blame them, because it's like, well, let's play on release. Would not be surprised. That'd be cool. That would be really cool. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's because of Zizaran that I even heard of last Epoch. Timing for LE release is going to be perfect. Downswing time for PoE, so lots of content creators over there are going to be looking for stuff to do. Photon said that he would be seeing the creator applications very soon. Oh, nice. Help if I could see this guy's health bar, see how many stacks of bleed is on there. Just need to be more motivated after fighting with my 3-year-old over bedtime every night. I got you. That'd be cool if I can get into the creator program. I'd like to have drops. I don't know. Maybe I got some anxiety over that because work blocks Discord, so I may not see the announcement and then feel like, oh no, I missed my shot. I don't know if the window would be that short. Put him down at 8 and I fight with him until 9:30, so I'm just exhausted. Oh, do you live Eastern time or Central time, Marvel Man? You're Central, okay. Well, we got 4 minutes, then that stress test is about to go on. Yeah, if you want to play tonight, for sure. Good old Cap. Oh, did he get another red ring? Good for him. Oh, that's a nice roll. That is a nice roll. A 4 LP Siphon of Anguish and an Orion's Eye. Am I farming for anything specific gear-wise? I'm farming for a different blessing. So right now we got Endurance Threshold. That's okay. I would probably prefer, I don't know, percentage armor might be overkill because we're already at 69% armor. But, you know, you can never have enough armor, right? And then probably just better gear optimization. I could use a better helmet. This one's not too bad. 28% of necrotic damage taken as physical. That's cool. We borrowed some gear from the Void Knight, so we got this really nice Titan heart. I like this one a lot. Probably this would probably require us to go do some jewel runs, but I wouldn't mind getting a nice Siphon of Anguish with, like, we don't need this cold resistance. If we can get, like, health and critical strike chance on there, I feel like that would work out a little bit better. because I'm right at 100% critical strike avoidance. I'm at the cap for endurance, and I have a high endurance threshold. So yeah, not in, like, just general upgrades. I feel like would work out. We got a lot of health on this build. If we can get a better Shattered Chains, like a 2 or 3 LP. 5% more melee damage per stack of Doom. So yeah, we do need the Siphon of Anguish on to get Doom, and then we get more melee damage. Like, Doom deals massive void damage over time, increases melee damage taken by 4%, lasts 4 seconds, can stack up to 4 times. So you can get a 4 stack, so that's an extra 20% melee damage with just this belt. So 65% increased melee damage with the belt. Or 63, excuse me. And then we have the 5% more melee damage per stack of Doom. Now what made the Void Knight build so good was what made the Void Knight build so good was we didn't need to stack melee critical strike chance, and we also got to use Apathy's Maw. We got to use this guy right here, which has 100% chance to apply Doom, increases the duration of Doom, and then also increases our melee damage. And then it has 100% physical damage on hit. This one gives us 130 melee damage, but this one also gives us a bleed chance, which I think is pretty important because we can use this node right here. So the more stacks of bleed that's on a target, the more damage they take from Void Cleave. So each stack of bleed gives us 8% more damage with Void Cleave, up to a maximum of 120%. So let's see. 120 divided by 8 equals 15. So at 15 stacks of bleed, we're doing an extra 120% damage with Void Cleave. And so what I was doing at first, I was actually running this node right here, which was consuming the bleed stacks. So I was like, I'm not seeing much of an increase. And then I realized, I'm like, oh shoot. This Void Supremacy is cool. Was it worth it trying to use Void Supremacy? Was it worth it trying to get this right here? I mean, that's 4 points. That's 4 points. I could have farmed 4 points out between these two for extra damage. Because I could put like 2 points here and 2 points here. All just to get an extra charge of cleave. I will say, like, this build kind of feels like a wannabe version of that Void Knight build I made. I'm doing a dual Hellcore Dragon Dagger build. Oh, that sounds cool. Hey, this does damage though. This build definitely does damage. It looks good. It definitely looks good. Everybody's like complaining about lag in the servers, and then I'm like, hey, they're doing a stress test right now, and then nobody's like saying anything. They're just like, I'm like, wow, this happened. I'm like, guys, they're doing a stress test on the servers. What corruption level am I? This is 200. When I first came to this timeline, it was at 272, you know, good old Hammerden days. And I cleared a couple echoes. It was cool, but I was like, no, let's just drop it down to 200. Just make it a little bit easier. Okay, I do miss having the I really do miss having the lunge help me dodge some of this stuff that's going on screen. Plus, I wouldn't mind having an extra point or two for the area size of Void Cleave. Okay, let's see. I think I got an idol for that. I mean, we're not doing a lot of melee void damage, but Void Cleave area size, but I would have to give that up. I'd have to give up a ton of health just to get an 18% increase in Void Cleave size. I think I'll leave that. Well, I haven't lagged out of the server yet. Man, I really wish I put endurance. I really wish I put endurance on this relic and not frailty. Then I'd feel comfortable dropping Foot of the Mountain for Dark Stride. Honestly, just this basic attack ability is not bad at all. Like, yeah, this is not a half bad ability. Multi-strike is not half bad. I think the real question is, how much longer... It technically has a higher DPS on the tooltip than Void Cleave. Damage per 30, armor 1%. Armor required for maximum damage. Maximum damage 80%. So this doesn't give us more armor. This gives us more damage because of our armor. Okay, so wait, this gives us a bleed chance per stack. This multi-strike deals more melee damage per stack of bleed to a maximum. %3 per point. Okay, well, let's keep going. So, Marvel Man, if you're still there, what kind of corruption are you doing these days? Or well, are you still just in basic basic monoliths? Haven't hit corruption yet. Well, I mean, I guess you could do corruption in basic monoliths, but there's no point. Might as well go to empowered. Oh, okay. Well, you're doing pretty good. Just hit level 76 on this guy, doing 90 content. Nice. Excellent. Excellent work, man. What am I doing? I got this right here. Let's look for shields. Let's go back to relic, drop that. Oh, no. Let's go over to boots, drop that. Go over to rings. Let's go over to keys. This is very awkward. Chance to shred physical resistance on hit. As good as that is, I mean, we could try it. As opposed to endurance threshold. What? Okay, let's try it. Let's see. It's not gonna boost. Unfortunately, it's not gonna boost Void Cleave because Void Cleave does fire damage. But it's weird because Void Cleave right now is scaling with our physical damage. But we still have Multi Strike, which honestly has not been too bad. I figured it would just be something used to pump up our stats and then make our next Void Cleave just be absolutely insane by building up all the swords. But the swords do damage. Like they do like decent damage. So maybe shredding physical resistances on hit is actually not too bad. And we also literally just slapped this build together on stream earlier. I do miss having a traversal skill though. Yeah, well, like I've seen some big numbers. Oh, hey, what up, Rinda? I've seen some big numbers. Honestly, having endurance threshold was probably a better choice. Because I don't feel like I'm just standing here hitting somebody long enough for that for that percentage shred physical resistances on hit. Yeah, no. I don't think I'm getting my full value out of it. You know what? On release, I can definitely see myself using a version of this on Paladin, using multi-strike, void cleave, and holy aura. Because like, I would probably use something like this on release. It's unique. I don't really see a lot of builds that look like this. Needs to be optimized. I mean, I wouldn't mind using Rive, but like almost nobody uses multi-strike, right? I feel like multi-strike is kind of seen as like the Forge Guard skill. I mean, Rive is such a fun skill, though. I mean, you can get the base crit through the roof and the crit chance. Like, this could be such a fun build. I'm probably going to play a version of this on release for Paladin. And ironically, it's almost a copy of my... It's a Paladin version of my Void Knight build. Except we don't have a Racing Strike, but we got Holy Aura. I probably wouldn't use Vorpal Force. I'd probably go for something like this. Like, honestly, if we took these points off of Vorpal Force and we put them down here, like distance, Like put 4 points right there. Like honestly, I'd probably put 3 points right here and 1 point there for distance. Okay, I mean this does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, but it's also based off of how many bleed stacks. Which, I mean, we do build a lot of bleed stacks with a Bardiche. I mean, what's the roll on that? It's pretty decent. Right now we got Void Cleave set for fire. Why does it say physical? Because it scales with physical? It does. Okay, let me look at these nodes again. Make sure I didn't miss anything that converts its damage over to physical. What's Ravaging Aura do? Ravaging Aura deals spell void damage over time, but you lose 5% of your current health. Ouch. How do I link in-game chat? So you press enter, and I assume you mean an item. Like, how do you link an item? So you press enter, you press alt. No. Control left click. Excuse me. Control right click. You just got a relic and no idea what Weaver's Will is. Okay, so I can take this time to clown on you, Marvel Man. Or I could just tell you and, you know, treat you like a decent human being because, I mean, I didn't know what Weaver's Will was at one point myself. So Weaver's Will is you just equip it and you use it. No, I'm not going to roast you. You equip it and you use it, and you'll randomly gain affixes as you use it. It, like, levels it up. And you have no control over what affixes go onto there. You can actually get some pretty, like, crazy combinations. Oh, we got two. Oh, man, that's a critical strike avoidance. That's going to suck. All in the name of relics. They also have a pretty low item level. They're like, especially if you get a good one, they're amazing for your ults. Hey, 13 strength, nice. Okay, how important is Abyssal Echoes? Okay. That's the kind of damage we can expect to do with Abyssal Echoes. What without? Oh man, dude, that was $4,000 or $5,000. Yeah, okay. Abyssal Echoes is pretty important. Okay, so we hit, we tap that, we do that, we hit some more, we tap that again for a quick 1-2. The main problem is, since we don't have a lunge or a traversal skill, half the time everything we just tapped with that is dead, and then we're forced to be running forward. Oh, that's interesting. That is super interesting. I thought it consumed it. Okay, when you activate that and then you do that, I thought it would consume this your next. Oh, it does. It's also applying to my erasing strike. Oh, well, there goes that theory. Okay, so I think having the additional charge is useless now, since we don't have the... Because the additional charge made sense when we're proccing this. I feel like this is useless, so we are going to go ahead and just... Because we don't use it fast enough for it to make sense. You can travel much further with Void Cleave. I personally did not like Void Cleave as a traversal skill, but we have a node on our skill tree that we took that gives us a 30% cooldown if it's a traversal skill. I think we need to turn it into a traversal skill. This need, yeah. Or otherwise this is useless. I might as well put points right here. 5 points out, put points there, and put 1 point there. Bam. So, see, they got an XP node. I got an XP node that's available. They're usually so common. Tomes of experience. There we go. This should give us enough experience to have it fully leveled up. There we go. Fully leveled up. Okay, so we put 3 points there. 1 point there. It's now a traversal skill. Now it adds a second. Cooldown is now 3.1 seconds. As opposed to 2.5. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, maybe I was too harsh on the Void Cleave traversal, because at the time I made my assessment, I was a huge Lunge fan. I still am a huge Lunge fan. This is actually not too bad. Not too bad at all. That'll do, pig. Okay, that could be a cool little combo. Now I need a second. Alright, so you do that, you go over there, you hit that, and then if you have another Void Cleave, you can immediately just drop it on top of his head. Using Volatile Reversal. So I guess the real question is Abyssal Echoes worth everything that we're doing? Oh, hey, what up, Reefer? How you doing, bro? Is Abyssal Echoes worth everything that we're doing here when we could also just take Sigils of Hope and get this flat fire damage? Because Void Cleave... Hey, morning. Okay, so Void Cleave... So Void... Okay, so... Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, so we could still tag... We could still stack Void... Shred... Because it will just convert it to fire. That is interesting. Because if it's not... Yeah. Okay, cool. So we could still scale with fire damage on Void Cleave, but since we took this node, physical damage also increases it. Because your increases to physical damage also apply to the fire damage for Void Cleave. Can I use points to try and make another class before release? I mean, like completely resetting your class. Yeah, that's what I've been doing all week. We're on to our next build right here. I gave a send off to so we did the smite build, which I didn't really show off too much on stream. I kind of regret that. You didn't read that right. Can I use points to make you try? Oh, to make me try another class before release. Your channel points. What, you got a problem with me playing Paladin? You're getting tired of seeing the Paladin. What do you want me to play, Reefer? Not at all. Think it might be fun. Okay, so what class would you like to see me play? Well, I got a Forge Guard in the works. Knowing you, you're going to do something sadistic. Yeah, there it is. There it is. You wanted me to play Rune Master. I told you I didn't like playing Rune Master, and you're like, dude, play Rune Master. Do it. Something absolutely asinine. You don't remember me saying I didn't like Rune Master? Oh, okay. That's why you gave me options. Ranged rogue. I made a rogue and I made him blade dancer. You want me to try something completely off the rails, huh? Well, I mean, of those options, I guess Rune Master makes sense because I got a Rune Master. No, I agree. Like, cause I'll get questions about the other classes, and I haven't really played Rogue or whatchamacallit, Brewmaster, or any of those classes that much. Spellblade. Now I'm thinking what I'm gonna play of those three. Spellblade is you just don't want to do ranged. Oh, is that a class for the mage? Is a Spellblade class? If you have any yell cores, you can do melee marksman. Well, if not is. No, I'll do ranged. I'll do ranged. It's probably a good idea to do ranged. So Rune Master or ranged rogue. Which is funny because I just made a rogue. Like, well, I didn't just make a rogue. I made a rogue before, and I went with the I got to the mastery and I selected which one I wanted, and I went with like Blade Dancer, whatever the melee one was. So now I got this rogue just sitting there. I remember the dancer now. I don't know if I ever played that dancer on stream. It might have been off stream. Like they're like 22 or something now, level 22. And I do have a Rune Master just sitting there doing nothing. What do you think of Sorcerer? Turn it into Shatter Daggers. Is there any point in playing Sorcerer now that Rune Master's in the game? Alright. I got an idea. We'll make 8-Ball try. We'll make 8-Ball decide. We'll start with Rune Master. Should I play Rune Master? Oh, shit. Not sure. Okay. So we don't know. Rolled 87. Okay, so let's ask 8 Ball. Should I play what did you say? Spellblade? Oh, he might be on universal cooldown. Ah. I probably got that set to 1 minute. Alright, so we're not sure about Rune Master. Should Bike play Spellblade? Of all the brain dead questions to ask, you ask that one. At least 8 Ball. At least, yeah, he roasted you up, man. At least 8 Ball told me that if I wanted to, I asked if I could. I'm already butchering this. When I asked 8 Ball if I should play Rune Master, he said not sure. But then you ask if I should play Spellblade, and then it's like of all the brain dead questions to ask, it's like they already. It's like he already knows. I know, right? I know, right? You're okay. Let's go ahead and ask 8 Ball. Should I play? What was the other one you offered up? Ranged Rogue. Hey, what up, Relax? Should I play Ranged Rogue? Ask chat. They always know best. So chat, should I play Ranged Rogue? Obviously not today or tonight or anything, but, you know, for my next character, because apparently Reefer, this 8 Ball acting a foe. Because apparently Reefer doesn't like me playing Paladin anymore. I'm kidding, man. you want to know how much of a Sentinel simp I am, Reefer? I got a Forge Guard that I've been running through the campaign with. I got him to like level 20 or something. I was like, oh, my next character, I'll just play Forge Guard. Oh, man. And then what do I almost always end up going back and playing? Paladin or Void Knight, man. I figured to add Forge Guard to the mix. Played Druid for a while. That was cool. Went back to Paladin or Void Knight. Played Necromancer for a while. Went back to Paladin. I mean... I kind of feel bad. I kind of did Druid dirty, man. I kind of dropped Druid like a bad habit almost. I understand. I like Paladin too. Alright, what's good, bro? I started Lich today. Hey, what's going on, Drew? What did you miss? We started a new build. This is Paladin still. Made it up on stream, no guides, just looked at the skills and figured, hey, what could work? Reset everything down to the letter. Right now I'm leveling with the bugged multi-shot rogue, but I'm going to build it into Arena Winner. Okay. So what's the idea for the build? So I was talking about it a little bit on stream yesterday. I was looking at multi-strike and I was like, you know, I wanted to do something with a little bit of this that was actually a little bit more substantial than something like Vengeance, which I almost always use Vengeance just for that. So I was using multi-strike. So I stack all these swords, and then what happens when I stack all these swords, I then activate Nullify and Carve, which is Void Cleave. I activate Void Cleave. It consumes all the swords, and then it does a lot of damage. And so what I've been doing is I've been running around. I'll use Abyssal Echoes. I'll proc this. It applies slow to everybody. Everybody who's affected by slow. My next Void Cleave does 80% more damage. Void Cleave, I got set up to be a traversal skill. It's also, we got 100% crit with Void Cleave as well as a 200% critical multiplier. And on top of that, it's a traversal skill. And also, if they have stacks of bleed on them, they take 8% damage per stack of bleed. And excuse me, here's the melee weapon we're using. Isn't this beautiful? This Bardiche, 153% chance to bleed on melee hit, 14% melee critical strike chance, 39% melee attack speed, and 325% chance to shred armor. I had this sitting in my stash. I didn't even realize that. And then another thing, so Void Cleave right now is doing fire damage, but it's scaling with my physical damage. So I could stack physical on here, and even though this does fire, it'll increase in damage. And then on top of it, my void shredding abilities are now fire shredding abilities. So any sort of void shred I got on here is now fire shred, which I'm assuming applies to the items Shattered Chains and Siphon of Anguish. This build's pretty similar to the Void Knight build, except it's like a Paladin version. Is it melted? What do you mean melted? Like the name of it? It's called Blazing Steel, and then Hellas Chasm. Melee. Oh, is it melee? Yeah, yeah. Sorry, auto sucks. No problem, no problem. And then, you know, because we're Paladin, we're using Holy Aura. So Holy Aura, we got physical damage, critical strike multiplier, critical strike chance, attack speed, poison resistance, elemental resistance, endurance, all that good stuff. And then for the skill trees, we actually we almost have as many points in Void Knight as we do Paladin. This isn't 100% set. But we took a lot of, so we took points here. I don't know, maybe we should have put some more damage in Light of Rye, because that would give us fire damage. Okay, so here, I don't know. Because so Sorrow and Steel, right? 10 points here. We get 70% physical damage. That scales our Void Cleave, right? And then also, since we put 10 points in here, that's an extra 10% critical strike multiplier, right? But if I took these 10 points off of Sorrow and Steel and I put them onto Light of Rye, that would be more fire damage as well as movement speed. Yeah, I'm going to try it out. Let's see. Now, what's going to end up happening, though, is since we're taking away from our physical damage, our multi-strike damage is going to go down. Which, I mean, it does do damage right now. Like, here, let me show you. It's not like, oh my gosh, this thing absolutely shreds everything. Everything's dead. Who needs Void Cleave? We got multi-strike. But, I mean, you activate that, and then you just stand here and do this. Like, it kills. I like that because on my Void Knight, my Vengeance does nothing. It's literally a stat dump. But at the same time, like the only reason why I got into multi-strike was, oh hey, it buffs Void Cleave. Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this build tomorrow, because I mean we spent like hour and 20 minutes crafting it. So and I generally only stream for 3 hours. Today we went longer. Today we went for 4 hours, or we're closing in on 4 hours. I gotta wrap up the stream here pretty soon. Just because I gotta be at work tomorrow. So. I started a little bit earlier today because of the I heard there was the stress test. I started early because of the stress test. For your heart. Yeah, I know, right? Apparently. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a health. No, I'm just asking. You said stress test for your heart. Yeah. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I do gotta wrap it up. I gotta get to bed, get to work. We will be live again tomorrow, and we will be live again on Friday. Friday should be fun. We can have a nice long stream. So if you guys got Friday evenings off or you're available, feel free to come on by. We'll probably be playing this build tomorrow and the next day. And then on Saturday, we'll probably be starting something else. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for making it out today. I really appreciate it. Drew, sorry, I know you just got here, man. Unfortunately, just the way things go. It's all good. It's all good. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Is Reefer live right now? Heck, he's probably like one of these people right here. Let's send a little bit of love over to Chuckles. I know we raided him yesterday, but we can still send him some love. All right, guys. All right, Reefer, I'm going to DM you something. Yeah. I'll probably play Rune Master, Reefer. Well, let's probably do Rune Master. Or Rogue. Either one. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and raid Chuckles. I'm off for the night. I'll be back here again tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. Possibly Sunday. Who knows? Anyway, you guys, take care. Have yourselves a good one. And YouTube, you guys are awesome. Hope you guys have yourself a wonderful night and you get plenty of rest, and hope to see you again tomorrow. You guys take care.